Nangami Masakha, motivational speaker. And my friend here.
And my name is Nassim, a psychologist and founder of Hugs. So before we start, I'll give you a brief introduction about what Hugs is all about, so you can know who are seated in front of you. So Hugs is a mental health organization, or rather mental health consultancy. We normally create awareness around mental health. We do so through workshops and mentorship programs. So yes, our conversation today will online support groups. So with Hugs, we have 2 support groups which are actually full right now. So meaning we could have people on this adding to our left anyway. So we do have this online support group. So for this conversation, we asked people what are some of the questions they have in regards to online support groups. What do they want to know more about online support groups and so on. So they sent me a few questions. So the first question is, how do online support groups differ from in-person support groups? And when you answer it, I would like you to add a little bit of advantages of online support groups as opposed to in-person support groups. Not saying that in-person support groups don't have the advantages, but just to highlight it for people to just understand.
Okay. What I know about online support groups is that online support groups are incredibly fluid. Because with online support groups, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on Facebook, you can just jump onto the bandwagon anytime, whenever you feel like, however you feel like. And you can express yourself without any fear of prejudice. Okay, let me give you the first example that I think online support groups probably have over the in-person support groups. Or it's because online support groups, you're there 24/7. So you can be on WhatsApp anytime, you can be on Facebook anytime, and you rest assured that there's always somebody on the other end who's willing to respond to your question as soon as they rise up. Compared to in-person support groups, which are incredibly formal, you need to set up a date, you have to travel all the way and be there physically, and it is, especially with the pandemic, you can't exercise social distancing, and it's very expensive because you could be going through a process, through a situation, and really you don't have the means of having to go all the way to your sessions and to sit and to talk to the other person. So that is one of the advantages. That is the advantage of online support groups. They're incredibly fluid, and then they're cheap, so you can also exercise your social distancing. Now, when you come to the advantages, I believe that the advantages, there's a plethora of them. So number one is that you are free to talk about what you feel like, because there's this thing about anonymity. So you're anonymous. You can come up with any name. You can have a pseudonym, and you can share your experiences, and nobody's there to judge you. Or you can go through an admin, and then they can post your problems, and then people can come in and comment, or they can share their experiences, they can share their inputs. That is one. Two, because you are free, it means that you are you have to deal with the anxiety. You can deal with the anxiety and the stress and the distress that come with it, because you're not there. You don't have to speak. The only thing you're dealing with is your keyboard. Yeah. So you're not anxious at this point. You're not stressed. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody is there to there are people. Because I know there are people who are very scared about you. When you're staring at me so much, I'm like, I don't want you to look at me. So when you're behind your phone, you have now the strength and the power to be yourself and say whatever you have to say, which now makes you a bit empowered, because you have all this information. And it becomes easy for you now to deal with the information that you want whenever it's coming and however it suits you. So you're empowered to have all this information, and because you have the information that you need, you're empowered to know what to do. Even when you're alone, you can calm yourself down because you've heard of meditation, you've heard of all these things. You're empowered to have all the information, and so it also becomes easy now for the people who, it's advantageous now for the people who don't suffer really mental health, but I'm looking for information in terms of what will happen to me. What if it happens to me? How do I handle it? And if I have someone at home, I can grab the signs and the symptoms early on, and I know how to deal with them. So at least it not only empowers you, but now you have all this information that you can deal with later on. Just from being in an online support group, you really don't have to suffer the problem for you to
So the key word from just to sum up what you said is one of the biggest advantages of online support groups is emotional accessibility.
Sure.
In the sense that you have people who have social anxiety, we have people who have agoraphobia in the sense that they cannot get out of their house and everything.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they should get the support that they need? So that's where online support group comes in to help people who have certain social disorders or conditional issues, in the sense that they can access the online support group and still get the help that anyone who goes in an in-person support group gets.
Yes.
So keyword emotional accessibility. So I hope this conversation was helpful for you all, and I'm really looking forward to your questions, to your comments. Was it helpful? What would you like us to talk about the next session and so on? Thanks a lot. Bye.